Hello world, Axis here. So it's been a little while since my last upload. Being an adult takes up most of my time these days, so it takes a big push for me to actually create new content. And well, I got one. So if you're any kind of a video game nerd at all, you've probably heard of the Atari 2600.
Released in 1977, it was the first home video game console, aside from things like the Magnavox Odyssey and Home Pong, but this is considered to be the first real console. The 2600, commonly referred to as the Video Computer System, or VCS, had a long lifespan. Probably too long, as it was discontinued in 1992. Are you kidding me?
Did this thing really sell alongside the SNES?
Well, the 2600 came and went, and Atari was forever credited as the company to popularize home video games,
As well as a key player in the video game crash of 1983.
Now that I think about it, Atari only had two real runaway hits, Pong and the 2600. The rest of Atari's history is just kind of a showcase of how behind the times they were. Their consoles kind of stunk, their computers stunk, and even some of their games stunk.
Eventually, Atari just kind of disappeared altogether.
Their name popped up on a few titles every now and then, for no real reason, so looking back, it really wasn't that great of a company to begin with.
Who better to remind us of that than Atari?
So in June of 2017, Atari came out of nowhere with a video teasing a new game console.
Sorry, what?
In a market that's already dominated by two monolithic game companies, three, why would the hollow shell of the company that was made famous for ruining the market even try to draw attention to itself by announcing a new console?
Why?
Well, apparently, even Atari wasn't so confident in itself. As soon as the crowdfunding campaign was set to begin,
Because, all successful video game products start by crowdfunding.
Atari canceled the crowdfunding last minute, saying that the console wasn't ready.
That's not good.
So finally, it's 2018 and we can see what the now named Atari VCS actually is.
So, what is it? Well, I don't know. Like, seriously, I don't know. I still can't figure out what this thing is actually supposed to be used for.
Other people can't seem to figure it out either, and yet it's already gained $2 million in pre-orders? Really? So what's the appeal here? It's not on the looks, at least not for me.
There are a lot of people that love the design of this thing, but I'm just not into it.
The controllers are at least passable, the modern controller is kind of boring, and the retro one is okay looking. I just can't picture this stuff sitting near my TV without it looking tacky.
But that's all based on opinions, so let's look at the specs.
The Atari VCS sports an AMD
Already off to a bad start.
An AMD APU with integrated Radeon graphics with 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. It also has an HDMI out, USB ports, an Ethernet port, Wi-Fi, and an SD card slot. The console's operating system is a customizable distribution of Linux pre-configured by Atari.
So essentially, it's just an underpowered PC running Linux.
Atari's promising that this console will feature tons of retro Atari games as well as modern titles that they, of course, have yet to reveal.
Sure, why not? Because we all know how many good games have been developed for Linux. Which is none.
But wait, there's more. The VCS gives you the ability to stream on Twitch, use the internet, use voice commands, shop online for games, and utilize multiplayer for games that support it.
And that's a problem, because we're already doing all these things somewhere else where it's more established and fleshed out.
If you want to stream, your PC or console can do that. If you want to watch Netflix, literally any other device can do that too, except for the Nintendo Switch. For now. So for all these features you can find elsewhere, why pay $300?
This is probably the biggest problem with the Atari VCS, is its lack of direction. Why are they making this thing, and who are they making it for?
If Steam wasn't able to attract an audience with what's basically Linux in a box, what hope does Atari have?
And speaking of predecessors, this all seems vaguely familiar. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Ouya made big promises for its backers, and it bombed pretty hard.
We're starting to see a lot of the same patterns with the Atari VCS.
The difference is that it costs just as much as big-name consoles, but it has none of the draw. Nobody even knows what this thing is. Is it for retro gamers? Because you can buy an actual Atari 2600 online with games for a fraction of the price.
If you want to spend even less money and you don't care about that feeling of authenticity, just buy an Atari Flashback. They come with tons of games and you can find them for around 30 to 60 bucks.
This one came with controllers that are actually compatible with the original 2600, as well as other systems at the time.
So in short, I feel like the Atari VCS is just totally unnecessary, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I have been Axis. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I will be going to AC this year, so if you guys see me, make sure that you come up and say hi to me. See you guys in the next video. Bye!